I am a summer baby. Okay, technically, with a June 5th birthday, I was born in the spring. But we as mothers know summer is really when school is out, not when the solstice says. I also say I'm a summer baby because I love the feel of the warm sun on my skin. It makes me smile, it boosts my energy and my general happiness. Even the 100-degree days of the Texas sun beating down on me brings me contentment, or maybe it's the tall glass of iced tea on a hot day. Have you ever stayed in a hotel with amazing blackout curtains, but they just didn't quite close all the way? So in the morning, the sun shoots through the crack in the curtains and always hits you right in the face. The rays of sunshine can reach far and have an impact on what they touch. Our words are the same way. Our words can seep through tiny cracks and be jolting to their recipient, or they can fall warmly on their skin and bring joy and contentment. I want to tell you 2 stories from my childhood and their impact on me. I was about 9 years old and my feet had grown to a woman's size 8 shoe or a 38 in European sizes. I was complaining to my mom, who wore a size 6.5, that my feet were so big. She quickly retorted back, "Oh no, Jenny, they are in proportion to your legs." Well, while her words were meant to reassure me that I did not look like some giant child's drawing with huge feet and stick legs, I took it to mean my legs were also big. This one incident didn't shape my struggles with body image. Lord knows 17 magazine played a part in that. But it illustrates how deep our words, even unintentional words, can cut and stick with you. Second story. When I was in junior high, a woman at church challenged a couple of us preteens to lead a devotional for our peers. This meant we had to read our Bible for understanding. This sweet woman pulled me aside and quietly whispered, "I know God has given you wisdom to share with your friends." Her confident words chased away the insecurity I was feeling. They encouraged me to look for God's wisdom and not just a good lesson to share. Words are powerful. And I don't know about you, but it takes a lot of kind words to lessen the impact of the unkind words. The Bible has a lot to say about our words. Proverbs 15:4 says, "Gentle words are a tree of life, and a deceitful tongue crushes the spirit." And Proverbs 21:23 says, "Watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut, and you will stay out of trouble." I need that one a lot. The entire first part of James chapter 3 is all about how to control your tongue, but verse 2 might be one of my favorites. James 3:2 says, "Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way." In our Make It Awkward theme, the verse that goes with this speak kindness tenet is Proverbs 31:26. "She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue." Our words are supposed to be gentle and wise and kind, but I also love how the Bible acknowledges that it is not an easy task. It is hard work to control our tongues. We aren't going to be perfect. We will probably even be awkward while we work towards being gentler and wiser and kinder. The wisdom that it talks about isn't something we are born with. It takes time to develop, and we must go through the awkward baby deer trying to walk phase to get to that wisdom. Think about how you talk to yourself. Is it still the way you might have talked to yourself when you were 9 or 17? Here is some of my self-talk that can still sometimes show up. I'm just so lazy. I don't have enough skills. I am not athletic. I am not the type of person people want to be friends with. Now, when we say or think these things often enough, we begin to believe that they really are true. But that is not how God sees us. He says, I am loved. I belong to him. I am worthy. I have a purpose. I am chosen. I am a peacemaker. I am never alone. Lean into what God says. It might feel awkward, but I encourage you to write down the ones that have meaning for you. Look at yourself in the mirror every night and every morning, and look at yourself in the eyes when you say them out loud. It is going to feel so awkward, but the more you practice, the less awkward it will feel. You could even try what the famous philosopher Snoop Dogg did and put it to music. If you haven't checked out his affirmation song, I suggest you look it up later. The way we talk to ourselves impacts how we talk to our families. Have you ever noticed how you can have a fun conversation with a friend and then turn around and snap at your kids? I remember one day in particular when I got off the phone with a friend, having told her she needed to give herself grace. She wasn't perfect. After hanging up the phone, I gave one of my kids a lecture on how to make their bed properly. I gave them no grace. Sometimes the people we love the most are the people we have to work the hardest to be kind to. When I'm out running errands, I often make it a point to smile at people, comment about a cute pair of shoes, tell a mom she's doing great as her 2-year-old throws a fit. But how often do I compliment my kids, smile, and make eye contact with them? Or how often do I tell my husband he's doing a great job? This week, I want you to pick a member of your family each day and be intentional about speaking kindness to them and over them. Notice the good things they are doing and tell them you notice. Call out the good, the beautiful, the kind. There was a day when my son was 8 and pushing everyone's buttons. I leaned over and got really close and whispered, you smell like yummy maple syrup. I mean, we were eating pancakes, but in that moment, I needed to interrupt him with a compliment, and to an 8-year-old boy, he would take that as a compliment. He giggled, and something in him sort of shifted. And for the next 15 minutes, I watched him carefully and called out the great things he was doing. Good job using your napkin. You are so creative. You are going to cook amazing meals. The words seem silly when I say them now, but in the moment, they began to change his demeanor. As women, our words hold weight. We have influence more than we realize. Let's lean into this superpower we have. Speak kindness to those around you and watch the atmosphere change. Speak kindness to yourself and watch your attitude change. When I was growing up, my family had these plaques that hung on our kitchen wall. Each plaque contained one of our names, the meaning, and a verse that we considered chosen for us. Mine read, Jennifer, fair lady, and our theme verse from Proverbs 31:26. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Let me tell you, I was not a fair lady. I was a loud tomboy and occasionally a know-it-all. Almost daily, I would do something that would cause my mother to send me to the kitchen to read this verse from my plaque. I believe it was her prayer that I would grow into it. And while I am still often loud and occasionally a know-it-all, I pray I speak with more kindness and wisdom. May we make things awkward in a good way and make kindness contagious. You never know. That might change the trajectory of your world and the world around you. I'm Jennifer Iverson, and I am honored to serve on the leadership development team and co-host the MomCo Leader podcast. With over 20 years of experience, I love helping women discover how to use the strengths God has given them. I live amongst the ranches of North Texas, and as a mom of 6 kids, I almost always have a cup of coffee in my hand. And I truly do enjoy organizing closets for fun. I would love to hear what you're passionate about. You can find me at jenniferiverson.com or follow along with my crazy life on Instagram.